for 140 years, God has placed First Baptist Church in the center of one of America's greatest cities. What an opportunity, what a responsibility that is for us to be that lighthouse for Jesus Christ. We have been chosen to be for this city. You see, Jesus not only gave us a mission, He gave us a strategy to fulfill that mission. It's a strategy for taking the gospel locally, nationally, and internationally. It's taking care of the physical needs of people as well as the spiritual needs of people, both here and abroad. And if we want to have an eternal ministry, it's going to be investing God's Word in the lives of people who are going to live forever.
We've been at First Dallas for a couple years. We stepped into the doors not knowing many people, but we now have a large family here.
Our student team really invests in teaching us. I am learning how important it is to stand firm as a believer in our world today.
And the more connections I form here, the deeper I want to invest in this place and in my relationship with the Lord.
Our family has been at First Baptist Dallas for years, going back to my great-grandparents. All I can say is, these are the days.
Thanks to First Dallas students, I have learned what it looks like to serve, talk about Jesus, and lead worship. I'm learning God's Word here, so I can share the gospel when I leave these walls.
This church is about ministry, about discipleship.
Pathway to Victory has expanded to even more broadcasts and is seen and heard by hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. iCampus is connecting and impacting people all over the nation. We've sent teams all over the world to share the gospel.
Through Mission 1-8 and the teaching of Dr. Jeffress, I feel confident and equipped to address difficult conversations at my job.
Now what I see happening around here reminds me of the early church in Acts 2. People coming to Christ, resources going to care for the widowed, homeless, and broken.
In Acts 2, the disciples gathered in one room after Jesus ascended to heaven, leaving them with a calling and command to wait for His Spirit. Verses 2 and 3 say, "And suddenly there came from heaven a noise like a violent rushing wind, much like the movement we see happening here at First Dallas. And the wind filled the whole house where they were sitting. And there appeared to them tongues as of fire distributing themselves, and they rested on each one of them. Each person in that room was a spark, the beginning of the movement God used to spread the gospel to the whole world. The sparks multiplied, turning into a wildfire that has swept through history, continents, people groups, and individual experiences. We are a product of that fire. It has changed lives here. Now it's time, church, to take the next step in our journey, to add fuel to what God began in Mission 1-8. All it takes is a spark, the barest mention of a flame to create a blazing fire. It starts slow, but increases in strength. Its heat and light magnifying and changing everything it touches. And that is what we do. We illuminate the darkness, individual flames, but part of the same body and the same Spirit. And together we are a raging fire sweeping across our city, our nation, and our world with the gospel of Jesus Christ. In an increasingly dark culture, we have the answer. We have a plan, a calling. Through your faithful giving to fuel the fire, the next phase in our all-encompassing ministry budget, we plan to spread the gospel and our ministry impact to the next level. The opportunities are endless, and the fire is intensifying. Our ministry is already growing and expanding, and we're just getting started. Fuel the Fire will enable us to take all of our ministries to the next level and reach more people for Christ. Based on how much is given over the next 2 years through Fuel the Fire, we hope to completely eliminate our debt so we are free to fully serve and support what God calls us to. Host more outreach events like Back the Blue, Brooklyn Tabernacle Sunday, and Explore First, which all brought the largest number of guests in our history outside of an Easter Sunday. Continue to support our local ministry partners like First Baptist Academy, Dallas Life Foundation, Involved for Life, and Lake June Baptist Church. Partner with more national church plants, local mission partners, and international ministries. Increase our giving to the Cooperative Program and Lottie Moon, and send more of our members on additional mission trips through our ministries. Grow our iCampus and digital media presence, which help connect, engage with, and draw people to our church. Expand Pathway to Victory through additional radio, television, and now digital and print platforms. Increase our outreach throughout the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex to invite more people to join our church family. Our goal is $50 million, and we can't wait to see how the Lord will provide. The fire is spreading, and not just in our church, but in individual members as well. These are the days, church, to grow, to give, to be wholly committed to what the Lord wants to do, and it first begins in our individual relationships with the Lord. As you pray about Fuel the Fire, please consider, what does the Lord have for me next? How does He want to grow my trust in Him in the next 2 years? How will He use me to grow and build His church? As we trust Him more with our lives, our plans, our finances, we will see Him do more than we could ask or imagine. The world needs Jesus, and the time to act is now. The fire is spreading. How will you add fuel as we declare to the world the power and love of our God?